So, hello. In this section, we are going to see the relative property, what the relative property is. For illustrating that, I have created one HTML file named relative property.html and one CSS file named relative property.css. Right. So, the title I have given relative property and linked both the HTML and the CSS file. Now, inside the body, I have created one outer div, and inside this div, there are four divs. You can see the inner div is from here to here. This is the inner div, and this inner div inside one outer div. After that, we have the paragraph. We have the paragraph after that, and this is the outer div, closing outer div, and inside that this paragraph is there. After that outer div we have another paragraph and then comes to an end. So after applying CSS, this type of structure is going to come. This type of structure is going to come. There will be border outside the outer div. This is the paragraph inside the outer div, and these are the three blocks inside the outer div. And after the outer div we have one paragraph, right? So let's see the Css code. We have set the background color for in outer div. We have set the border and the margin. For inner div 1 we have set the background color having some height and width. Div 2 same, color is different, and div 3 same. So this is how the page will look like after adding all the properties. Now what I want is that there are five types of relative property. There are five values a relative property can take. First one is static, second is relative, third is absolute, fourth fixed, and fifth sticky. Static is what you are seeing now. Static is only this. The element is positioned as it should be. Means where its position is, there only the element is placed. It is not anything that is different from the actual position that it should be placed. So static is nothing, the same only. The relative we are going to study, the second property, what the relative is. Suppose I want the div 2, this is the div 2, right? This block belongs to the div 2 background color. I want it to be placed like this. Then how I'm going to do that? If I use the relative property, position property as relative property as position property as relative, then it is placed with respect to the its original position. Suppose I illustrating with the code. Suppose I set the position as relative and I mentioned the left value as left value as 20px, left value as 20px, and the top value was, let's save it the top now. Just save it using Control S. Now refresh the page. Now refresh the page. You can see that the position where it should be, it is 20 px. From left, it is moved 20 px from left side. It means wherever its position should be, from that position it takes the relative value. If I mention left 20 px, then from left it gets moved by 20 px. If I write top 20 px, top 20 px, then you will see that from top it will move by 20 px. Just refresh the page. You can see that from left and from top 20 px it got moved from the original position. So this is the method of the position relative. It is with respect to the original position where it should be. Now the third one is the absolute. It is with respect to the nearest relative parent, right? With respect to the nearest relative parent, it gets placed. For example, I am showing you that div to nearest parent is, I'm not saying nearest relative parent, I'm saying nearest parent. Div to nearest parent is the outer div, right? So if I set the outer div as relative, then it will become the nearest relative parent from the for the inner div 2. And now when I set the property top, bottom, left, then it will be with respect to that outer div, right? So let's see it in the code. I'm setting the outer div to be position as relative. Position position as relative, and its position as absolute. Now save it using Control S. This border is the outer div, right? This border is the outer div. Let's see the position of the second inner div, that's yellow color block, where it goes. See, its position is 20 px from border left and from top. It means that it is with respect to the negative relative parent. Like position, relative position should be relative and it should be the nearest parent. So for div 2, the nearest parent was the outer div and we set its position to be relative, hence the outer div has become the nearest relative parent. So with respect to that, our yellow block has been placed. Now the third property that we have discussed, let's come to the fourth property. Fourth property is fixed property. It is with respect to the viewport that we are seeing the browser page, and it does not get scrolled when we scroll our mouse. So let's see the position property, how it is going to be. So the next property is fixed. Fixed. This is the position property and it is fixed. Just save it using Control S. Let's give some greater left value and the top value. I'm giving it to be 50 and 50. 50, and here also I'm giving 50. Now save it using Control S. And now refresh the page. Now you can see that it is 50 unit from the viewport that we are seeing. This is 50 unit and this is 50 unit. So these are the 50 px length. Now see the difference here. When I start scrolling over here, it is not scrolling. It is just fixed at one place. What it means that fixed value we can use for making anything fixed, having some left top right bottom value with respect to the viewport, and it can be used for fixing any element. So this is the fixed that we have seen. Now the fifth property is sticky, and it's an interesting, it is relative plus fixed. I'm showing you what it means when I set it to be relative plus fixed. That's sticky. Let's come over here and changing the property from position fixed to the sticky. Just save it using Control S. Let's set the value to be 20 px. And here also 20 px. Just save it using Control S and now refresh the page. So after refreshing the page, we will come to know that this top value behaves as an sticky only till the top value has reached the 20 px from top. After that, it starts behaving as it does not start behaving as an fixed. So it will start behave as an relative as an fixed only till the 20 px of where it is. Now see, here it is placed as we want to be, right? So what the left and top value does here, the top value does here is that when it starts scrolling till 20 px distance from the top, it scroll together. But after 20 px distance, it starts behaving as an fixed. And now also it's behaving as fixed until it reaches the element which is inside it. It is inside the outer div, that is the inside the border. So it will behave till there, and after that it will also move. So now I'm scrolling it more down. So when suppose I enter some more text, I have to enter some more text for illustrating this. I'm entering one more text here, just copying and pasting it. Just copying, Control C and pasting it. Just Control S, and now refresh the page. Refreshing the page. So see, after refreshing the page, it is in the position. Now I will start scrolling down. See, it will not, it will behave as fixed till 20 px from top distance. I am scrolling it down. Now it is fixed. And it will be fixed till the border. When the border goes, it will also go.